What is up, Kingsman? Welcome back to another Napoleon mod for Total War. Today we are playing American Civil War mod for Napoleon Total War. Now this one is probably one of my favorite mods. I love the American Civil War. And what I'm going to be doing with this, guys, is doing the scenarios one after the other in historical order. I think there's about 30 different scenario battles. Some of them are 1v1s, 2v2s, or 3v3s. Today I have a 1v1 Battle of Manassas. Now, a little bit about the Battle of Manassas as I do slow motion so that we don't, miss any of the action. The first Battle of Manassas was the first major battle of the American Civil War. It was a Confederate victory. It was fought July 21st, 1861, just north of the city of Manassas. It's about 30 miles outside of Washington, D.C. The Union forces were very slow to position themselves, allowing Confederates to reinforce their weaker army by railroad. Both sides on this battle were very, very poorly trained, poorly led troops. It was them feeling out a victory. And this is where the iconic Stonewall Brigade, Jackson, the general who became legendary during the war, got his name, and he held when Beauregard ran. So, as you can see, I am playing as the Confederates, and I had some artillery kind of sitting way out here. What I should have done is honestly should have advanced. I don't really advance, guys. I am playing defensively for this battle. The Union player, which is Fat Matt, is attacking. Now, we'll probably do a little bit more challenging of a battle next time, where I won't just sit. But I was just trying to be defensive, guys. If you look at the very end, you'll see I had nothing in the way of troops. I mean, I had nothing. Although, you gotta check out these skins for these troops. Look at this. So we got the 19th Virginia. Look like they just got out of graduation. Then we got some Rebs who just have the mismatched uniforms. It looks so amazing. They don't look uniform at all, and I love it. It's very traditional. Already Union artillery opening up fire on me. Now, I didn't have my gun set up as quickly as they did. I also have this left flank. Now, traditionally, this is where the stone house was, where the Confederates held for quite a while. As you can see, the stone house right here. Confederates actually held right here for a while, got pushed back, and then Jackson came forward and reinforced this side. But here you have Bartow and the units. We have the Mississippi boys, which, oh my goodness, look at these guys. They have red uniforms, and then of course you got some more Rebs in the cornfield already. Look at these. This is Louisiana, aren't they? Yeah, I don't know what the spec means, but Louisiana Battalion. Very epic, very awesome. So as you can see, I am forming up over here on the side. There's a bit of an artillery duel, which I am losing. I do have a reserve. As you can see, Johnston has some massive reserves here. We have 388 men from the Louisiana boys. You have Mississippi, and I'm not going to go through and specifically look at every single regiment, but I just want to give you, just a overview of how epic this mod is, guys. I mean, these units, the sound effects. Now, the beautiful thing, if you see, I have a lot of reserves, and this is Jackson right here. There was my artillery. My artillery getting broken really fast. I had terrible artillery for this one. But we have Jackson with the Virginia boys. All Virginia. And that's a pivotal moment. And keep an eye on them because they're going to play a crucial role in this battle. We have only one unit of Hampton's Legion just sitting in the center by the stone fence. We have, of course, some artillery right here. And then, of course, more infantry over here. So I did have some reserves. I wasn't sure where I was going to need them. But also have two reserves over on this left side. I was worried about this side. I don't have a whole lot. I have two artillery pieces. One of them is shifting up right now. I don't know exactly where it is, but I have artillery moving up. This is where Beauregard is, guys. This was his stand where he lost. But I have, 3 in reserve and then 5 brigades sitting right here, which I fall back because I know that something bad is coming and I need to figure out where to stand. In hindsight, guys, this would have been a perfect place to stand. Look at this. It's a cornfield. You got the fences. But no, I actually fall back to here, as you can see. I did not look at the ground. This is my fault. I should have looked at the ground because if you see the hill, this is not in my favor. I'm shooting uphill. I will shoot into the hill and I'll know better next time. I'm also holding the center. Don't have a whole lot. I have 1/7 Georgia. They're going to be kind of watching the center. I'm going to keep an eye on it. I have reserves over here. These guys are going to, this is what? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 infantry. Or maybe 9, because there's 2 artillery here. But already I am shifting targets, guys, because here comes the Union. And let's get a look at these guys. Look at this. We got the Ohio boys. We got more Ohio. And then some New York regiments. And my goodness, look how massive these units are. Now they're very fresh, very new to this game, or to this battle. They're a bunch of recruits, so they're not going to hold very well. You have some Scots. Yeah, 79th New York. Looks like a Scottish regiment of sorts. And that's just part of what's attacking me. There's more I saw over here. As you can see, he's trying to get his men across the river. Pathfinding issues will be a little bit. Before you criticize any of us, we are both newer to this mod, so we do make mistakes. We do things incorrectly. In this one, unlike Napoleon Total War 3, you want to stretch your lines out a lot more. You want to get that high firepower versus having a super thick line. So I'm forming up on this river. I'm getting hit hard by artillery. I mean, these guys are taking some losses. Actually, not a whole lot. I think the forest is really helping. But he's pushing up really, really, really hard right there. I am falling back, getting hassled by artillery over here. Enemy is just a terrible thing. I think I lost some guys over here. Yeah, rip. Random recruits, didn't even get to see how the battle played out. No, the Confederates lost. I'm just kidding. Over here, I do believe pretty soon here, my guys are going to be within range, and they're going to get the first shots of this battle off. I hope. And I'm sorry if runs a little laggy, guys. The game did run a little laggy just because of the massive amount of units, so I'm going to try to avoid that. But, what can you do? So any second now, there's going to be a volley getting poured on these guys. Or maybe not. They're still forming up in line of battle. I start inching forward, I believe, so I can get a volley off. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. I don't actually know. But either way, that's happening there. Not a whole lot happening here. The center, I'm seeing a problem, but not really worried about the center, guys. If you see this mass of infantry here, I have so much infantry. I have Jackson. I have, I don't know who the other... Just a lot of Virginia, Tennessee. I mean, we have a lot in the center, and he doesn't even see it. Here we go. So we got some volleys pouring off here. Got some men running up. Get some volleys off here, and not gonna actually do a whole lot of damage to him, and he's gonna form up his Wisconsin, sorry, I think it's Wisconsin. But these guys are starting to come under fire. Of course, they're gonna get some volleys off of their own, but look at that. He does push across, and pathfinding, this isn't exactly what he wanted to do. Talking to them later, but it's what happens. It happens to recruits get across. They just don't know what they're going to do, and he gets volleyed into oblivion at close range. And of course, I form up these Virginia boys on the flank so they can get a volley off, and I instantly break him, causing a lot of men to run, and he falls back across the river as this is being hotly contested here. Now, I think I did lose some men. Yeah. These guys broke really fast because, like I said, guys, they're all new recruits. They don't hold very long. He did get into melee with some of my units. So, uh-oh, is the flag down? Okay. It's like the flag can't come down. So of course I have some flanking fire on the side for these guys, so it's going to go very well for me. But a lot of bayonet charging, and finally we break them with that volley. I've pushed in some reserves at 24 Virginia, but not doing too hot, guys. These infantry here just won't hold. They're getting shot to pieces by this unit right here on the side. Very beefy unit forming up and is going to start pouring in some hot volleys on me. They have the trees to defend them. I've lost 2 units. I have our reserves, thankfully, but I began to realize that this maybe wasn't the best strategy to push over so much. So I'm falling back. He's probably going to get some volleys off, unfortunately. No, he's repositioning. Over here, I am starting to prepare. I'm hitting this bunch of infantry with everything I got with artillery. I am blasting them with artillery fire, trying to slow them down, maybe trying to hurt them a lot, and I'm getting some good hits, as you can see. He did have some infantry that's kind of sneaking around here. The 13th New York. Over here, still not a whole lot, guys, just waiting. I'm just playing the waiting game. I want to wait. I want to try to fight this battle quickly. If he had attacked at the same time with these guys and these guys, attacked at the same time, I wouldn't have been able to hold. He would have broken through. The thing was, he attacked simultaneously, as you can see. And here I go. I'm rushing up my units, getting ready to fight. The firefight's still raging over here, being very stagnant. And already I am getting within rifle shot. Actually, probably better angle from this side, huh? Hey, got the artillery fire. Got them putting up a good hot fire on me. At this point, I was getting a little concerned. I'm getting flanked over here. I mean, I'm not doing the greatest. These guys are holding very well, the 1st Division. Popping up the volleys. I do have the shelter of the forest here. Over here, super pivotal. I used my extra 3 regiments to flank around, basically getting superior firepower on the Union regiment. 1 regiment, and probably going to shoot them to pieces, since there's not as many of them that can fire as 3 regiments, you know. So, I mean, if you see that, we're doing work to them, that's for sure. Look at that gorgeous view. American Civil War playing out. If we look here, let's see if we can't get this. There we go. Look at that. If that's not cool, I don't know what is, guys. So anyway, make sure we don't want to miss anything. So artillery's still shooting back and forth. I'm starting to hit his infantry as best as possible. Look at some of these guys. Look, we got the 14th New York. Very sexy looking. Oh man, there's just so many units that are marching to attack. They even got some Marines, U.S. Marines here. Look at them. Alright, well, I don't want to miss this because I know I do some stuff. I think I do a bayonet charge here. Oh, look at these guys. Oh. Wow. The MD, whatever that is. So I'm starting to break this line. Over here, it's starting to look good for me. I'm starting to break him a little bit. He's starting to peel back. This is kind of a very stagnant battle, of which he's losing. But it's 1 regiment versus 1 regiment. I should get these guys up, do some firepower. This has just been a long, drawn-out battle at this point. I'm starting to turn the flank, and this could be a problem for the Union pretty soon here, as they are not going to be able to handle... Uh-oh, they just lost their flag. You can't see. And look at this. You just have the Confederates just pouring it into them, boys. And here goes the bayonet charge. I decided we're turning this flank. Bayonet charges are awesome, especially when it's the Confederate doing bayonet charges. So now I'm just turning his whole flank. I did not see this at first. He snuck these guys across. Very wise to sneak it across, did some flanking fire. I would have done a bayonet charge, honestly. That would have broke these guys probably very quickly. But over here, you can see these guys are starting to break. They are being outgunned massively. I mean, it's like a 3-to-1. Over here, they are getting very close, and now my units are starting to pour in some volleys on them. But, like I said, guys, there's a hill in the way. I wish I'd noticed that. The hill is going to kind of prevent both of us from firing very well. Over on this left side, that is going to do a lot better of a job. I think over here I then bayonet charge him because I'm starting to break. I notice it, I'm like, uh-oh, because these guys are starting to get shot to pieces. And I have a general, and this is why you have to have generals nearby. Jackson, good old Stonewall Jackson, he's like, no, we are going to hold here. So he inspires the 18th Virginia. Any second now, I do a bayonet charge. I wonder how long it took me to notice. There we go. So I do a bayonet charge here, guys. I'm like, okay, we gotta take out this Union unit. And these guys are breaking, so I do a general inspire with Jackson, as you can see there, keeping them in the fight because they're about to break. And these guys are brave enough and emboldened enough, they will break the Union lines, drive the Yankees back. And thankfully, I think I started to break him. I sent up reinforcements just in case, but I break him over there. Now over here, this battle is getting hot, guys. I send over some reinforcements. As you can see, I'm starting to form up right here. I have reserves, but out of nowhere, all of a sudden, I see this, guys. More Union soldiers, and a lot of them, like 300 men in each of these units. And I was like, are you kidding me? I was like, this battle over here needs to hurry up. I need these guys over here now. But then here come more reinforcements over here too. I was starting to worry, really worry. My guys are getting shot to pieces right here. I've routed one of his units, but or two of his units. The artillery is focusing these guys down, and they break. And that's when I was like, uh-oh, starting to have some trouble here. I mean, not as much as he is. I mean, he's losing units pretty quickly, but still, didn't like to see that. So I fall back any second now. I decided just to fall back. I need to reorganize my line. Over here I have one. I'm still holding over here, guys. I have a lot of reserves. I got my artillery here, and these reserves haven't even fought yet. We have Louisiana units that have not fought. They are fresh, and at this point I think I'm deciding just to sit back and let that stagnant line battle go, and I start pulling these guys over. I need Jackson's Corps. Maybe it's not Jackson's Corps. This is not Jackson's Corps. My apologies. Jackson's Corps is right here. But I'm pulling them all because he has units forming up right here. He has a massive line forming up here, and I could possibly hold, but not with reinforcements coming who are going to challenge my whole right flank. Guys, it's empty here. There is nothing. Zilch. Nada. Look at that. Oh man, imagine being in a telescope and seeing that. You see all the smoke. I mean, this general is right here, is just staring down at the whole battle. Expecting his men to hold. He's like, you better hold. But, I guess I held a lot longer. I thought I fell back at this point. The fence does help a little bit, but he has a very strong line so far. My guys came back. My morale is a lot better than Union morale, I discovered while playing this mod. So he does advance to the attack over here. And he's forming up for another assault. Forming up all these, there's some fresh, some not, so my artillery is trying to make them waver. Now, after the battle, I told him, I was like, hey, you know what you should have done? You should have gone down this road. You could cut me off right here, and I would have been forced to deal with you then. But, you know, it's when you're brand new. So here's my retreat, guys. Like I said, I begin to get a little worried, and I fall back. Call me a coward if you want. For the lives of my men, I fell back. And he pursued me, thankfully. I was very, very happy to see him pursue me because I have the hill, they don't. They're going to start running across. He should have held at this fence post. You know. Waited for his reinforcements, which are almost here, by the way. Speaking of which, isn't this look epic? Just look at the lines of Union soldiers. This is unreal. There's just so many of them. I just couldn't believe it. I was like, is this even serious? Like, is this even for reals? Because there's so many units, I don't even know if I'm able to hold this. But now I'm moving up my Tennessee boys and some Virginia. I'm falling back a little bit. I see he's advancing, which is actually well coordinated. If he wait a split second more, he could have formed up here and advanced along this whole side. But as you see, I'm forming up here. I've fallen back. Nothing really happens here, just to let you know, so you're not stressing that I'm missing something. We just literally sit firing back and forth this whole time. That battle never changes hands until the very end of the battle. But over here is where it gets all juicy. So he advances to the attack up this hill. A rash Union commander. Then he falls back, of course, when he sees that I'm not falling back. I just fell to higher ground. My artillery are starting to blast their way through here. I'm holding at this fence line. It's getting chaotic here. But it's going to get awesome. And I see that he is rushing across this river. I mean, just mad rushing with everything he got. So now it's a mad rush for the fence. As you can see, I am rushing everything I can to the fence line. I'm going to hold this fence line. And thankfully, my boys get there first, I think. So I'm getting there. He unfortunately isn't getting there soon enough. And the fence line is going to be something that I'm going to be able to hold now and defend. So my units are forming up. My artillery is hitting them with everything they got. And we pour in a volley on them. From multiple sides. And we start to break them really fast, but look at this massive push over here. Oh, we lost some men. Yep, okay, so he was being very smart right here. He had these guys pushing up, getting some flanking fire. This is a weak side for me. But as you can see, guys, mass chain route. Unfortunately, there's always woulda, coulda, shoulda. His general should have been up a little bit further. Like I said, we're still learning the mods, so next battle probably will be a lot more close. But now I'm holding, and now I feel like I can take this. He's not really pushing over here for now. I'm kind of just sitting here. I have a lot of units, actually. I have 4 regiments. So I'm feeling pretty confident that maybe I can push up. I have reserves that I'm shifting over just in case I need them in the center. You never know. And I'm just holding right here. Just holding. That's all I have to do. Of course, I break him here. They come back, but then they break again. This is probably his best attack, I'd say. The Union's best attack was right here. They did a pretty good job making me fall back. It's the only time I think I ever fell back. But, he's, if he had fallen back to this fence line, which I think he kind of does a little bit, that would have done well for him. But, I mean, look at the slaughter in the field, you know? Poor men. That looks pretty awesome, though. You're gonna get tired of seeing Kingston zoom in to see the cool, epic cinematic shots, but you know what? Oh, look at that. You even have the artillery up there. Firing. Oh, okay. That is just cool. So his men did come back a little bit. Just as I was starting to form up, I pushed across to this second fence line. I'm holding over here. Getting shelled, unfortunately, which is going to cause these guys to start becoming shaken. I'm trying to patch in this gap, but they're breaking so fast. In the center, also, I had a massive breakage. He did an excellent job. Unfortunately, he didn't follow it up, and Bartow is going to inspire his men. He's like, cowards, you just stay here. What are you doing? You're not embarrass me in front of Jackson. I mean, they were so close to Washington, D.C. He does come back, though, as you can see, guys. He is coming back, pushing across. Over here, still just firing. I advance because I see him. He has 2 units there, so I go and I start a firefight. But here he goes again, sending his infantry. They're very tired. Unfortunately, they've probably been running a lot. He's going to form up. Oh, I forgot about this. My general got volleyed or hit by artillery. I can't remember which. But, he runs. I think got hit by artillery fire. Or maybe it was a volley. But he did his job. The infantry came back, even though they are getting torn to pieces. And, there's just so many units in the battlefield, it's just running pretty slow here. So I'm focusing my artillery pieces that are right here on the center line. I mean, look at that. You just, the map's smoke. The amount of smoke that you have is just crazy. There's just so much of it drifting everywhere. And now we're focusing on the right because he's coming back. A very, very noble effort of his. Yeah. He's bringing up some 1st Brigade, 3rd Division. These are actually all the 3rd Division. Gonna be hit, though, before they can get to the fence. It's gonna start really hurting them. Kind of trying to keep them from getting close here. Force them to break. But he's going to start chain rounding. 1 unit routes, another one does. Here he comes again, though. Like, the Union just keep pouring up to this line. I give him props for their bravery, but he's starting to break in the center. Thankfully, my general was able to sit close by and inspire. He came back. Oh, we have B. Bernard E.B. He's close by to support and rally his men. We have the other General Beauregard over here. He can sit by and support and rally his men. And that's what's going to help out a ton. Unfortunately, it looks like the Union only got like 1 volley in before they broke. So, it's not looking so good for the Union anymore. Confederates, we are looking very, very strong here. So strong, in fact, I mean, this guy's even came back. They usually do. That I am thinking, you know what, why not do a flanking charge? You know, bayonet charge, a good old Confederate bayonet charge while this unit, I mean, these guys are even firing. What am I doing? I didn't pay attention to that. These Louisiana boys are, oh yeah, so here we go, advancing against 2 of them, but I'm going to break them very easily here. And at this point, yeah, he's not going to, he's fallen back in disarray. So here I am, right next to them. Look at this battle. The smoke, I know I've said it so many times. Gonna pour a volley in them at close range. And then, I'm pretty sure they have a rebel yell in there. But anyway, we go for a bayonet charge on the flank. He doesn't even see it. And this is what's gonna break him over here. And cause them to start routing instantly. And I just start chain routing them. Of course, he's routing some of my units here and there. I think over here, yeah. Over here, this battle is just, it's not going the greatest for me, so I think I start to consider falling back a little bit and just waiting until I get my reinforcements up, which are, they're very close. I have broken the Union on this side thanks to the reinforcements. And so the battle has been won. The Battle of Manassas has been won. The Union are starting to fall back in disorder. Unfortunately, I mean, there's some brave regiments that are trying to march up, maybe take the combat once again to the Confederates, but Confederate positions are so strong, and Confederates honestly did a lot better of a job in the Civil War. They just did. This mod is just so good, guys, especially the scenarios you play with other people. I mean, you can play custom battles, too. There's so many armies to pick from, and they're coming out with new mods or new patches and such. It will not disappoint you. And I have this installed in NTW3, so just something to think about. So now that I've broken everywhere else but here, he pushes across, and actually, these guys are holding for a ridiculously long amount of time. I'm not sure if it was just the hill, but these Scots were not losing a whole lot, and they were beating the stuffing out of me, I'll tell you what. So I decided to get in nice and close and personal, but then guys, look at this. There's a unit over here that's just volleying these guys. And this is a battle that I won't win on this side with the forest, unless I really focus on it. So, thankfully the fresh reserves are what's going to be holding this line, but these guys are holding forever. These Scots. Ridiculous. Just ridiculous. The bloody Scots. Artillery's firing at them, I'm shooting at them, nothing seems to be working. Over here, I'm starting to advance just to take his artillery, I think. Just because, I mean, that's basically all that's left is artillery. And thankfully I didn't lose as many men because I just kept falling back. And he didn't actually, the regiments break pretty soon. I don't know if that's just because it's this scenario battle, but these guys are a veteran regiment. And they held for a ridiculous large amount of time. Thankfully, I broke these guys, bringing in the extra firepower. Did lose 40 men doing that. Rest in peace. But I think I start to move up my units here because these guys are not taking very many losses at all. Let the sound of gunfire and bullets hissing. Because the smoke's cleared up from over here mainly, so it's just over here that the fighting has raged this entire time. Remember this unit of 88 men? Haven't lost actually a ton still, surprisingly. Don't get me wrong, I was very surprised. Oh, come on, I'm trying to get a cool looking shot here. Other than that, got the flags. And I don't know how long I kept firing at these guys and why they weren't breaking, but I was getting a little frustrated with this one Scottish unit. One Scottish unit. Now this artillery, guys, I'll tell you, this artillery from the Union was a pain. I really did an artillery duel with them, only routed, a couple guns. And they routed some of my guns, but it was extremely annoying. I mean, and there was some more way back here. It was extremely annoying to have to deal with. can't remember how long it takes to actually break these guys. So quite honestly, I don't really remember. You can see the flag floating in the breeze. The Union flag. The fences are very, that's very Civil War-esque. This type of fences, you don't really see them very well anywhere else, really. I think we're finally starting to get a flanking fire in this one unit. I'm surprised they didn't Bayonet Charge them, honestly. Oh, maybe he did a Bayonet Charge. There we go. Look at that. So at this point, the battle is over. Infantry are gone. All it is artillery, which I have to kill. So I will just skip to the end for you guys so that you can see the finished product, which is the battle. Alright guys, so that is the battle. As you said, I was playing Beauregard and Fat Matt was playing McDowell. And as you can see, he deployed with 10,752 men. I deployed with 7,183 men. And you can see the losses and the kills. You can see there's a lot of units here, guys. A lot of units. Very good battle. Next battle we are going to be playing will be the Battle of Shiloh, which historically is the next one in line, and that is actually where the Confederates ambush the Union under Grant. So stay tuned for that. Also stay tuned for more Napoleon Total War 3 battles. Really excited to be putting out any of these historical battles. They're just so much fun. I love the history behind them. So if you enjoyed it, let me know what you enjoyed. What's your favorite Civil War battle? What's your favorite mod? If you're not subscribed and you would like to support the channel, we are trying to reach 200 subscribers, guys, and we're going to get really, really close now. So thank you guys for joining me. You guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, and I'll catch you all in another video.